Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today we will be going over 2 ways to make your supply and demand zones more probable. That way you don't take as many losing trades and you're profitable in the market. But first, if you're new to the channel, my name is Jack and I've been trading for over 4 years now. And if you want to learn more about trading and becoming more profitable, making money in the market, make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. Alright, let's get into the video. So why are your zones not working? You may ask. You've probably seen all these videos on YouTube and you're like, you know what? It's working for him. Why is it not working for me? You know what I mean? I get a lot of DMs on my Instagram saying, Jack, how do you know the zone is going to work? How do you know this demand is going to work? How do you know the supply is going to work? Truth be told, if you put in the work, you'll see the results. So what I mean is backtesting, 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 backtesting. Does that make sense? Just putting the work in, and that way you'll know what zones are more probable and what zones are not. Alright, so let's get into the first reason. This video shouldn't be that long, quick, maybe 5 minutes, but yeah, let's get into it. So why are zones not working? Alright, so the first one being having a choke in a supply and demand zone. So I've seen many of you lot, and I've seen this on my Instagram personally as well. I'll get DM saying, "Oh, Jack, I placed a trade on this zone. Why did it not work? Oh, Jack, I placed a trade on this demand. Why did it go to my stop loss?" All right, okay. So the main one being is a lot of you guys take trades off of a demand, off of demand and supply without no confirmation. So what do I mean by this? So you lot will wait for a supply. Let's say this is a supply over here. You lot will place a trade straight away. Cover this, and you aim for like tenner. Okay, that's not, it's not viable if that makes sense. So what do we need? You've probably heard this term everywhere in the industry by now. It is a chalk. You need a chalk, and a 1MCC. What? I'm not going over 1MCC in this video because that's my personal entry model. You can find that in my ebook if you're interested. Check the description or just message me on Instagram. Alright, a chalk. A chalk is good because it's the first sign of reversal. Make sense? So what we can do is we wait for a chalk, entry, boom, boom, boom. Okay? We can place a trade when we have a chalk. Again, instead of covering this supply, we can only cover the chalk high and can aim for something small, maybe 3-4R. Make sense? So if you know how a chalk looks by now, this is a bullish chalk. This break off the low, break off the high, and boom, demand. This over here is a bearish chalk. Boom, break off the high, break off the low, enter over here, the high, the mid, whatever you want. It's up to you. We can use chalks on different time zones. It can either be for entry like 1M chalk in 15-minute demand or supply zone, or it can be 15-minute chalk in a supply or demand zone. That can also go for 4 hour in a one day supply and demand zone. There's plenty. Okay, you can use it however you want, what time frame you want. Does that make sense? All right, so let's hop into an example. So the first example would be 1M in a 15-minute supply or demand zone, and the next one will be a 15-minute chalk in a 4 hour demand or supply. Make sense? Boom, let's go. Alright boys, so let's say this is a 15-minute demand zone, alright? Let's not care about what's happening here. This is an example, let's say this, alright? So as we can see, price comes in. What a lot of you guys do is place on the entrance of the zone. You guys will place a limit and you guys will target like the high of the high, which you don't need to do. And as we can see with this, the downside is, so as we can see, the downside of this is a massive stop loss. Okay, and also you have no confirmation yet. So why would you enter over here when you have no confirmation? You're just being stupid. Okay, so what do we do? As you can see over here, we have a chalk. we have down push, and we have a push up. So after we have this break over here, what we can do is we can mark this candle out, or whatever you want, depends on what you find more probable. If you're interested, just drop a comment down below if you guys are interested why I'm choosing this one over the whole chalk or just the wick. Let me know. Alright, so we can see I selected this candle over here. We can enter over here, cover the low. What we can do is we can just target 3R. Nothing more, nothing less, decent. If you want to target 10er, that's perfectly fine, but please take partials or move your stop loss into profit, because we don't want price running up here or almost in your TP and then back, boom, your stop loss gets hit or your break even point gets hit. We don't want that, do we? Alright, boom. So let me show you another example of a 15-minute chalk in a 4-hour demand or supply. So boom, what can we see here? We have a 4-hour demand zone, and we can see price comes down. So as I said, we do not take trades just at the entrance of the zone, because we don't want that. We want confirmation. We don't want to be idiots. Okay, boom. So as you can see, low of the chalk, boom, and high of the chalk over here. Yep, nice. So what, as we've seen in my previous video, we need a cap for the chalk to make it probable. All right, boom. So now what we can do is we can select this candle over here, and we can wait for price to tap in, cover this low. We don't have to cover this low, although there's not much of a difference, but still cover this low. And as I said, 3R is perfectly fine, or we can aim for anything more, but we take partials or we move our stop loss into profit. Boom. All right, so that's the first reason done. All right, so the next thing to make your supply zone or demand zone more probable is momentum. I've said this previously as well, but this is key to make sure your zones are more probable, man. The reason being, when price pushes quickly up or down, there are always resting orders that have not been mitigated. Why is that? Because if, let's just say, these big banks take a buy position for a billion, there needs to be a billion in sells as well, so they get triggered, so their order gets triggered, if that makes sense. So therefore, when price comes back to where it pushed from an order block or supply and demand zone, price usually jumps up or down. Okay, so in simple terms, as you can see, price pushes up. There's definitely a lot of resting orders over here. You can see over here, we have massive push up here. That means we have orders that have not been triggered because of liquidity. So what price does is price comes down and price pushes up. So let me find you an example of 15-minute zone massive push or down. Okay, over here, this over here, we have this massive push up, very rapid. Price comes down, boom, and then finally comes down. What we can do in this situation is we can have this zone marked out. This is not your typical order block. This is supply and demand zones. I've spoken about this multiple times, but I'm not selecting this over this. Okay, we're also using FVG, fair value gap or imbalance, to advantage in this situation. All right, so as you can see, we choose this, price comes down, pushes up. Why is that? Because of resting orders that have not been triggered yet. So let's see another one. All right, boom, somewhere like here. You see price comes down, pushes down, although we have this wick over here that taps and it pushes down again. But as you can see over here, this bit over here, that's been a target already. But this body has not, and it gets target over here. So price goes up, then down. And as you can see again, price comes back up over this wick. That means there were more resting orders that had not been triggered yet, and it pushes down. This push, let alone, broke the previous low. So as you can see, momentum is very important. So what we could have done in this situation is selected this candle, the whole candle, and ignore this bit over here. You know, price comes over here. So what we do is we refine it right above the wick, and we could have waited for a trade. We could have, because it's 15 minute, we could have waited for 1M choke over here, waited for price. Even if you had a 1M choke over here, we would have had a small trade. And if price did come back, and if we wanted to refine the zone again, we could have, and we could have had another 1M choke from here. Yeah, boom. All right, so that's it for this video. Hope you guys learned a lot more on why certain things work and certain things don't. Yeah, man. And if you did enjoy the video, remember, like. If you want more videos like these, subscribe. If you want to learn more about trading, visit my Instagram, drop me a DM, feel free to text me. Yeah, boom. Have a good day, boys.